Following our free educational materials, you learn English in a great way with ease and efficiency.
I would love to be famous and have thousands of adoring fans.
Really? I'm not sure that I would like all the attention. There have been numerous cases of paparazzi interfering with stars' private life in recent years.
I love being photographed. If I were famous, I'd do interviews for all the top magazines, like Cosmo and Elle.
I wouldn't mind having my photo taken a few times or being interviewed once or twice, but it would get tedious after a while. Imagine the things the gossip columnists would write about you.
No one really believes gossip columnists.
I think you'll find that many people believe what they read in gossip columns. You'd also have to be very careful about every word you said. If you appeared on a chat show and said something silly, it would be reported in all the newspapers and magazines.
I think you're right about that. I'd need a good manager to be my spokesperson. I could do a lot of charity work, which would help a lot of people.
That's a great idea. Which charities would you support?
I love children, as you know, so probably a children's charity.
You'd have to remember that anything you said or did might reflect on the charity, so you'd really need to be very careful. Anyway, I'd be the first to buy your posters and I'd attend your first book signing when you wrote your autobiography.
Thanks, but actually I was hoping I could ask you to write my biography. Remember that old man who used to beg for money on the street across from our house?
Yeah, whatever became of him?
He got a job and now he owns a small grocery in town.
That's great. We should visit him sometime.
Look at this headline: Elvis baby born on spacecraft. Where do these tabloids get such crazy stories?
I've often wondered the same thing. I also wonder who reads them. Then I realize that I'm standing here reading them myself.
It looks as though everyone in line reads them, or at least looks at the headlines.
I think we picked the right line. This one seems to be moving more quickly than the others.
Maybe our checker is faster at scanning the food.
I'm glad. We have only about 20 things here, and I'm in a hurry to get home.
What is the weather like today?
It stops snowing, but there's a bit wind.
And the streets are covered with ice. Do you know what the temperature is today?
I missed today's weather forecast in the radio.
It seems 10 degrees below zero at least. I don't mind the cold weather, but do hate when it gets slippery.
The ice is soon be thick for skating. I'm so fine to want a sport.
That's fine. Let's go skating together tomorrow. Hey man, how's it hanging?
Hey man, everything is just groovy baby.
Did you go to the roller rink on Saturday? I heard it was far out, man.
I wanted to, but I ran into this foxy lady that just moved to my block. I was chatting her up a bit and then we mellowed out at her place.
Right on, right on. Well, Jim went to the rink with Sherry and he said it was dynamite. He was low on bread, but Sherry paid for everything.
Gravy. Jim is such a jive turkey man. He is always hitting me up for cash. Anyway, you wanna book and go grab some grub?
Yeah man, I'm starving.
What's your opinion about childless couples? Will you choose to have no kids?
To be honest, I wouldn't.
Why? Do you have to make a choice now?
Not really, but it has puzzled me for a long time.
What's the puzzle?
My husband and I prefer to have no kids, but my mother-in-law is very traditional and wants grandkids.
Oh, I see. I think the older generation tend to think in a different way.
Yes. It seems she can never accept a childless marriage. We had a fight last night.
Oh, really? Maybe she is just eager to see her grandchildren.
But it's absolutely our own business to have a child or not.
Definitely.
You know, I often overhear our neighbor, the young couple, fighting about how to raise their kid, and I really don't want kids to spoil our happiness.
Don't worry. I think in most cases, children are the glue that keeps a family together.
I guess you're right, but I still prefer to have no child.
Sure, you can fully enjoy your time together.
I'm so excited, Mother. Oh, a new baby.
My first grandchild.
And my first nephew. He looks a lot like you, Mom. He does.
Do you think so? Well, I guess. He does look a lot like me. Oh, he's got Richard's eyes though.
Yes, he does have Richard's eyes. The baby even looks like you than Richard does.
Well, children usually resemble their parents.
It's true. Michelle is a lot like Henry in so many ways. And she is shy with new people just like he is.
You often like comparing children with their parents.
You're right. Do you like traveling, Kathy?
I like traveling for pleasure, to get places for vacation for instance. But I don't like traveling to work, waiting for buses, or
getting stuck in traffic jams when you're driving.
Exactly.
Where did you get your mobile? It's really cute.
Oh, this? I got it in Singapore. Here, do you want to take a look?
Thanks. Gee, it's really light.
Yes, it is, isn't it? A bit too light, really. What make have you got?
I've got an old Ericsson. Here, take a look.
Wow, that's really old.
Yes, I like collecting antiques.
Why don't you get a new one?
I don't know. I like this one, and I don't have any need for all the bells and whistles you get on the new ones.
Really? What makes you say that?
Well, I just need to make and receive calls, and it's quite reliable. I find that the more fancy stuff they put into these things, the more likely they are to break bone or go wrong, you know. I mean, this camera function, for instance, how often do you use it?
Sometimes, but I guess not very often. It's more for fun. Sometimes when I'm on a trip, for example, I can take a picture and send it to my kids. Or I can send a picture of a sample back to my office and get it costed up immediately.
Well, that's nice, I guess. So how many kids do you have?
3. 2 boys and a girl.
We still have one more day to go before we return home. What will we see tomorrow?
No idea. We've enjoyed both the natural scenery and the city sights. What else is there to see?
What about a factory tour?
You mean visit a factory?
Yes. I heard there's a Lager Motor Company nearby which is open to the public every weekend. We can go to see how a car is manufactured and learn more about the automobile industry.
Good idea. I've always been interested in that. How much is the entrance fee?
I'm not sure, but as far as I know, most factory tours are free. They are sponsored by the company providing the tour.
Really? What do the companies do that for?
I believe most of them think it is good public relations. They can promote their product and make their company better known.
Oh, ISEE. So factory tours are good for companies as well as visitors.
Exactly.
Do we need an appointment beforehand?
I'll call the Tourist Information Center to check. So Kim, have you ever had anything stolen?
Stolen? No. Why?
My uncle just had his motorcycle stolen a few nights ago. I was just thinking about how clever criminals are these days.
Criminals are clever? They're only successful when people are careless.
I don't know. The ones who stole my uncle's motorcycle were pretty good.
If your uncle had an alarm system, then it wouldn't have happened.
He did. It was one of the best ones available. But that didn't stop them from disabling it. And on a crowded street too.
Didn't anyone stop them?
You would think that people would be smart enough to stop something like that. No one knew his motorcycle was being stolen. The thieves came in a truck and convinced everybody that my uncle was parked illegally and they were there to tow it away.
Wow, they were good. I guess criminals aren't that dumb after all.
That's not the end. They were so good that they convinced a bystander to help them lift the motorcycle and put it in the truck. I'm hungry. Let's grab a bite to eat.
Sure. How about we go home and prepare a couple of sandwiches?
Nah. Let's go get a burger and fries.
All you ever do is have unhealthy fast food pizza, fries, burgers and hot dogs. You have to start eating better.
What are you talking about? I have salad sometimes.
Yeah, right. I'm serious. You should also cut down on your sugar intake as well. You drink carbonated drinks that are high in fructose syrup. It's really not healthy.
Fine. I'll start drinking and having home-cooked meals that are low in fat. Are you happy now?
It's a start, but I'll be happy when I see you stick to your promise.
Excuse me, are you Miss Green?
Yes. May I help you?
May I introduce myself?
Yes.
I'm a new student in the school. My name's John.
Nice to meet you, John.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Green.
My name's Terry Graham. You're new around here, huh?
Yes. My name's Mark Benson. I just started a couple of weeks ago.
Well, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Why didn't you tell me you had a girlfriend?
Sorry, I thought you knew.
But you should have told me you were in love with her.
Didn't I?
You know you didn't.
Well, I'm telling you now.
Yes, but you might have told me before.
I didn't think you'd be interested.
You can't be serious. How dare you not tell me you were going to marry her?
Sorry, I didn't think it mattered.
Oh, you men, you're all the same. They are professors and government officials.
Where are they from?
Most of them are from America and Europe.
What are they doing in Beijing?
They are attending an international conference here.
Which hotel are they staying at?
They are staying at the Hilton Hotel.
Who are those guys?
Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. They are the Los Angeles Lakers star players.
Oh.
Wait a second. He shoots, he scores.
All right.
Here comes Jordan, though.
Wow. Michael Jordan's slam dunks are beautiful things to watch.
Yeah, he's older, so he doesn't slam as much as he did when he was younger, but when he does, it's still amazing.
Which team do you think will win?
The Lakers. Jordan is the only good player Washington has.
What do you think of his behavior yesterday?
He's a sad dog. He came to the wedding in jeans.
I don't think so. He only had no common sense. Have you noticed the Mexican restaurant on the other side of this street?
You mean the one with the yellow bricks? But last time I saw it, it wasn't really in business yet. I saw some people inside furnishing the rooms. Is it open now?
Yes. Someone give me a pamphlet introducing the restaurant and its business hours when I passed by this morning. So, let's have a try. My treat.
Great. I like the idea of trying some new food.
Good for you. Today we have more chances to try some new food because there are now many new form restaurants in our city coming from places all over the world.
Also, some traditional Chinese food, like noodles and dumpling, are marketed in modern ways with improved food quality. I heard this year, the government has imposed very stringent inspection on the hygiene conditions. Restaurants and suppliers of food are also under tighter control. For sure, all the customers will benefit from this.
Is learning the English language your toughest challenge yet? Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.